You must create a flat, stable subfloor before laying tile in a kitchen to prevent tile cracking and grout failure. Start by measuring and mapping the floor for flatness using a long straight edge or a 4-foot level, and mark any gaps higher or lower than 1/4 inch over the span of 3 feet. If the plywood is loose, secure it first by screwing every 6 to 8 inches along edges and every 8 to 12 inches in the field using corrosion-resistant screws that are countersunk just below the surface. For low spots under 1/4 inch, use a cement-based floor leveling compound. Prime the plywood with the manufacturer-recommended primer, mix to the specified consistency, pour or trowel it into the depressions, and feather the edges so the compound blends with adjacent areas. Allow the full cure time before proceeding. If the deflection or damage is greater than acceptable limits, remove and replace damaged plywood with exterior-grade tongue and groove or CDX plywood at least 5/8 inch thick, or upgrade to 3/4 inch for joist spacing wider than 16 inches on center. For uneven high spots, plane or sand down raised areas or undercut with a circular saw on cross joints, then fill seams with an approved patching compound. Never rely on thin-set mortar to bridge more than 1/8 inch. When plywood is sound but uneven, consider installing a cement backer board or a bonded uncoupling membrane system directly over properly prepared plywood to create a rigid, crack-resistant surface. Fasten per manufacturer instructions and tape joints with fiberglass mesh and thinset where required. Common mistakes include ignoring subfloor deflection and assuming the existing plywood is sufficient, which leads to tile or grout cracking. Check for bounce by walking the area and measure deflection with a straight edge, and address by adding joist reinforcement or thicker plywood. Another frequent issue is using too much or too little leveling compound. Follow mixing ratios, use primer, and do not apply more than the product maximum thickness in a single pour. Instead, build up in layers if needed. A third problem is skipping manufacturer instructions for cement backer board or membranes. Always fasten with the recommended screws, use the correct thinset type and coverage, and let adhesives and mortars cure fully before grouting or loading the floor. We run bighomeprojects.com to help homeowners connect with local contractors and to help contractors find work related to projects like subfloor preparation and tile installation. We also host a discussion community where homeowners and tradespeople exchange detailed tips, photos, and real-world experiences so our members can make better decisions for their kitchens.